Hi everyone, Coach Joe here with your daily dose of Bullets Academy, and today we are going to be talking about goal setting. Goal setting is a subject that most people are probably familiar with, but in case you're kind of unaware or not used to setting goals, goal setting is a technique that people use throughout many different areas of life to basically help us build a bridge between where we are now and a place that we would like to be. And it's something that we can use as swimmers throughout our whole career. And since right now we are in a period where we have time, we're going to practice learning how to set really good goals. So let's get into it a little bit. We're going to talk about a few details to help you try and pin down very good productive goal setting. And so the first tip that I have for you guys is that we want to set very specific goals. The more specific, pretty much the better. When we are trying to set a goal, the whole point is that we are able to track our progress towards our finishing point. Okay? For example, your goal might be, while we are out of the water, that you are going to teach yourself how to do a perfect push-up. Now, that concept is a little hard to track exactly how you're doing it, so let's try and be even more specific. Maybe you can make a more specific goal of, I'm going to keep a perfectly flat back while I do a push-up. And that's something that you can track. Maybe somebody takes a video of you while you do a push-up one day, and then the next day, same thing. See if you can keep a more flat back. And that's something that you can track. So keep it really specific and something that you can chart your progress on day to day. Okay? Our next tip, number 2, set a deadline for your goal. Okay? And now this is something that often gets set for us as swimmers. Super common that you hear a lot of swimmers say, by the end of the season, I want to accomplish blank, which is totally fine. But in a lot of cases, it's going to pay off to be able to set your own specific deadline. And then you can start to do chunks of progress rather than having to take one huge leap towards your end goal. So again, for example, if your goal is to be able to do a perfect push-up, set a few benchmarks that you can hit along the way. Doing a perfect push-up with your knees on the ground, for an example, that could be by 2 weeks from today. And then doing a perfect push-up, getting your chest all the way to where you're at a 90-degree angle with your elbows. That could be 2 weeks from there. Take it in bite-sized chunks, and it's going to make it a lot easier to take those steps towards your goal without taking one huge leap. And then finally, make a visible plan to reach your goal. Okay? The difference between a goal and just a dream is that a goal, you are outlining the work that is going to get you to that end spot, and you have a willingness to take all those steps. So jot down what you're going to do, your day-to-day plan that is going to help you achieve that goal, and then put it somewhere visible. Put it on a piece of paper and slap it on a magnet to the fridge, or put it on your phone. You could set it as a note, set it as the background on your phone. There's a million ways that you can make sure that you're reminding yourself every day of your goal and your plan to reach that goal. Okay? And my personal final tip, when you are setting out to make a goal for yourself, it should be something that by the time you get to it, it feels like an accomplishment. It's something that you want to achieve. And that reason for the goal is what's going to drive you and motivate you to accomplish it, and it's going to feel great when you get there. So make sure that you have a really good reason why you are going for this goal. We call that, what is your big why? So identify something that means a lot to you, and then play around with it. Practice it over the next week, month. The time that we have now, let's use it as productively as we can. And regardless of where you end up at the end, let's just start getting used to the idea of getting into that goal mindset for when we get back in the water. All right? Good luck. Have some fun with it, and let us know how it goes.